Hello, I look forward to seeing you all on Tuesday if you're able to make it. So, welcome to Lecture 5. And today I'm going to be reviewing a little bit about what your final project elements are, and then some productivity and productivity prompts. So, what I'm going to do is once I get to that part, I'm actually going to upload it to Notebook LM and have it create a tool for you to use because it's a pretty heavy deck that I created for you with a lot of information, a lot of prompts. And I thought you'd probably want to search it and research it. And I think that the best way to do that is by creating an LM, a notebook LM kind of tool for you. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to create another video for you later on with some more video tools. And in this one, I still have some automation and workflow prompts for you. So just to recap as to where we are currently in the course, we're on AI productivity and automation. And I have a guest speaker who is going to be joining us as well in at Tuesday if you're making it. And I have her giving us a little bit of a highlight here as to what she's going to be talking about on Tuesday. So you'll find that video. Our interview is at the end of my little talk here. Okay, so that they've got a lot of stuff going on in lecture 5 for you. So that's where we're at, automation productivity, and then we are going to next not have class on the week of the 24th. And then we're back again on the week of the last week for December 2nd. And then we're going to wrap up with again a little more on the final project if anyone has any questions, and then AI management and governance. So pretty cool stuff. And by then, I will have your final AI quiz up. Actually, I'm going to have that up on Monday for you, your AI quiz, this coming Monday on the 17th. So you will have the next few weeks to do your last assignment. Yep, as well as your last quiz. Okay, so final assignment. Woohoo! So few of you have already submitted it. Congratulations and thank you. Maybe when we're together, if I have your permission, I would love to share it with everybody, even though I know you're going to be uploading it to the actual discussion group. So everyone will be able to see it there. But I don't know if you're done because a lot of the submissions I received were, "Tell me about this. How do you think I can improve it?" So I don't want to share it until you're happy with it. So these are the 4 elements of your final assignment. I want to know, first of all, what problem or ongoing workflow is what problem is this going to solve for you, this AI solution you are creating, or what ongoing workflow is it going to replace? So that's the first thing I want to know. The second thing is what are your inputs to it? What inputs are you going to be giving to it, and what tools are you using? So if you are creating in a a human form of yourself, an AI clone. That's great. Okay, so then are you doing it in HeyGen? But go back to step 1. Why are you doing it? What pain is it going to solve? And so in my case, I'll be able to create my script and have a lot more videos going out once I have an AI clone. So I would really like that. So I'm perfecting my clone as it were. I'm using my inputs as my workflow for my inputs happen to be going to ChatGPT, giving it bullet points, asking it to create a script. Then I'm going to HeyGen, for example, and in HeyGen, I've already created my AI clone. I keep on going back and improving it because I don't like the first one I had. So I created one just this other recently that I really like. I'll share me with you shortly. So I love that one. And then I have and then I create my clone, and then afterwards I upload the script and I edit the script. I look at it to make sure that I'm syncing properly. I go in and I put my pauses. I tell it to, give me more expression, be a little more enthusiastic, whatever is lacking, and then I finally process it and I have my last script and I love it. And so I will show you that one in a second. So then what are the benefits? My benefits are I will have more videos, more video output. So I'm really excited about that. And I could take that same video and reformat it as a shorter version for for stories if I want to. I can do a longer version for Facebook and LinkedIn, so I can repurpose it, which will be really helpful. And it just gets me more exposure and hopefully more clients. And then finally, I would upload it for you all to see on the Blackboard assignment area. Pretty cool. So I'm going to now show you my video that I created. So let's see, where did I put it? I downloaded it. Okay. It's also on YouTube video. YouTube video. It's also on YouTube. Uh, let's see. Move this out of the way. And here it is.
Hi everyone, Sophie's AI digital twin here. We've spent the last 2 weeks speaking at conferences and coaching organizations on AI, and I had one huge aha moment I want to share. I realized that many do not understand the difference between using AIs in your browser, like ChatGPT, Copilot, or Gemini, or using AIs like Copilot embedded inside your Microsoft apps like Excel, Word, Outlook, or Teams. So ChatGPT.com in my browser or the app version is still my first stop every day. ChatGPT is amazing, right? It's what I'm calling your browser AI. It's where I go for ideas, strategies, rewrites, messaging, planning, research, sources, and so much more. But embedded AI, that's where your productivity explodes. With Copilot inside Excel, for example, you can build dashboards, bring team information together, automate business processes, analyze financials, forecast trends, clean data, schedule, and summarize complex information, all in seconds. And the new Copilot agent mode for Excel is absolutely outstanding in creating interactive dashboards, analyzing data, and identifying trends. Here's the key. Embedded AI stays inside your Microsoft security environment. No uploading data. No copy-paste risk. Ideal for chambers, municipalities, not-for-profits, sales, client information, operations, HR. Basically anything sensitive or shared between teams. So here's your rule of thumb. Use browser AI when you need creativity. Use embedded AI when you need insights from your own files. And if you're a Google shop, same idea. Gemini in the browser versus Gemini in Gmail, Docs, Sheets, Drive. Use the strengths of both browser-based and embedded AI, and that's when AI transforms your work.
Pretty cool, right? So that is my new AI clone. And as I said, I did her because I want to be able to have more video output. And I think she's going to help me do that. And my inputs were, I went to ChatGPT, got a script, created a script. And then from there, I uploaded into HeyGen, where I just created this new clone of mine. And my benefits, again, I think I'm going to be able to put things out more. My pain point in the beginning was I never felt I looked right. I rambled too much. So this way I'm very concise and I like the way I sound. And then and then that's my final output. I put it up to YouTube so I can share it. And now I have actually repurposed it as a LinkedIn video, as a Instagram video, as a Facebook video, and I'll be embedding it in an email newsletter that I'll be sending out shortly. So I'm going to be repurposing it all over the place, and I'm going to create a blog of the same thing. So pretty cool, right? Oh well. So there you go. So that's what your final assignment is all about. I'm pretty excited about seeing them. Again, I've received them from a number of people. You're doing great. Congratulations. And I'm really excited about this. So, as I said before in the very beginning, we've got three types of AI. right? And we have our direct AI where you're going right into your browser or your app on your phone. Then we have the integrated AI where the real magic happens for your productivity, which is what my little video was about. And then you have the type of AI which is industry specific, like HeyGen, where it's helping you create a clone and your avatars, or um, CapCut, which is your video one that's helping you create short hook kind of videos for TikTok, which and animation for TikTok. And it's so simple. TikTok owns it. So I'm saying for TikTok, you don't have to put it on TikTok. You can use it wherever you like. These videos, you download the MP4, very powerful tool. And then chat bots, we went over that last week, how to create your chat bots. And then Notebook LM, powerful. You're already using it in this class, which I love. And so those are just some examples. So now I wanted to get into this today. It's all about productivity and main uses of productivity. So when might you use productivity and why? So it's just huge. And you have, you know, something like Copilot or something like Gemini built into your Google World, Copilot in your Microsoft world. I'll just use Copilot as the example here. You have it built in to your current apps to help you with marketing, automate campaigns, analyze your customer data, personalize your outreach. So it's how it can help you with your productivity in marketing. In research, it helps you gather insights, summarize articles or summarize YouTube videos, track trends. I mean, that's huge. Helps you look to see what your competitors are doing. There's so much that it helps you productivity wise. Analytics helps you with visualization, detects patterns, detects gaps, looks at opportunities. So the analytics, the smart analytics is brilliant. And then administration, it helps us automate, helps us schedule, helps us um, uh, workflow, and it helps us automate redundant tasks, which is really cool. And optimization helps you optimize processes, helps you perhaps if you are a manufacturer, helps you with your HR, with your staffing, with your delivery schedule, with your delivery routes. It helps you with your operations and performance there and productivity. And human resources, of course, it helps you with your screening process, helps you automate receiving your applications and then sorting them properly, so much that it helps you do. One of the things I don't have here, I would have it, I'm not sure where I would have it, but it helps you create your actual grant writing if you are trying to win a grant. Put up menus. I have examples of that. And what I mean by I have examples of it, now I have all the prompts that you would ever use on these kind of things coming up in a second. But first, um, there's the first workflow that I talked about here. Sorry, the first um, built into your current app. So you go into one app and you're using it in that one app. You're going into PowerPoint, you're using it in PowerPoint, or you're going into Docs and you're using it in Docs. But what if you have a whole bunch of different apps that talk to each other, or that you physically go into your email, you physically take content from your emails that have come in, you summarize it into different spreadsheets. Well, that's where workflow automation comes in. You're able to connect different tasks and data and make your life much easier. So that's what we call workflow. So if you remember, if you've taken it in school as an engineer, we had workflows everywhere, and our whole desired outcome as an engineer was to help you um, mitigate your work, to help you make it more efficient. And this is what AI helps us do. So it could pull, for example, research and reports from multiple different sources, from all sorts of different places, and then streamlines it and generates summaries for you, or streamlines it and creates an amazing dashboard for you to analyze. So it's not just in that one Excel spreadsheet. It could be in many different places. It could be that you work with a team of people and you'd like to know what all of their spreadsheets are talking about with regards to certain topics, and you're bringing it in. So it's very cool. Email and responses helps you draft replies, helps you sort through messages, helps you go back through historical messages that you weren't sure where it was to find them, and helps you automate your follow ups, which is so powerful. Scheduling. Of course, we can schedule, and in that scheduling, you can coordinate your calendar, coordinate calendars amongst team members, find optimal times, send reminders. Um, you can tie workflows together. So you can link CRM to different types of workflows that you have. If you have a workflow that overlaps with another workflow, and automate multi-step processes. So I have for this slide that I talked about, and for this slide, I have prompts that you would want to use to make each happen. And I have steps to make each happen. And that's where our guest speaker is going to talk about some workflow automation for us, which is going to be great. So here we have Microsoft Word, for example. So in Microsoft, when would you ever use productivity? How do you use productivity in Microsoft? Well, here's a whole bunch of ways that you will have productivity gains using AI in Microsoft. Efficient document creation, with built-in templates and styles, real-time collaboration or checking changes or comments, smart editing, obviously just spelling and grammar, but also AI assisted writing. Seamless integration. If you're on Microsoft 365, you can ask your Microsoft Word document to bring in a PowerPoint or summarize from an Excel into that Microsoft Word document, and vice versa. If you have a big document and you want to summarize it into a PowerPoint, you can do that. And I have the prompts on how you do that following here. So there's all sorts of different reasons, and this is why I'm going to upload this PowerPoint to Notebook LM and have it create a video for you, have it create a podcast for you from it, have it create the quiz on it, and just allow you to go into it and research whatever you would like. So pretty cool, right? So as an example of some of the prompts I've shared with you here is grant writing prompt for an example in Word. So prompt Copilot, I'm pretending we're using Copilot here, help me draft a compelling grant application for grant name program. So the program is online. I've indicated the grant program. Include an executive summary, a project objective, a budget, a breakdown, and measurable outcomes. Make sure the submission aligns with the grant requirements and highlight our organization's strengths. Pretty cool, right? So that is a prompt. I asked Copilot to give me what prompt it would like to see when it's creating a grant for you. So that is the prompt that you would use within Microsoft Word. Okay, so again, I have many prompts here for you to help you. If you're a heavy Microsoft Word user, you want to go through all of these prompts and see which prompts you might use. So in this case, it's the integration of Microsoft 365, Excel, PowerPoint, and your OneDrive, where all your files are. So a prompt you might use that again, Copilot has told me is a very useful prompt, and many are finding productivity gains with it, is insert the latest sales chart from my Excel file. So you'd want to say what the Excel file is called, and link this document to our Share OneDrive folder. So it's going to put the actual content right into your Word document. So that is pretty cool, right? So you have to go look for it. It's going to put it there, and it's going to give you the source back to your file. So anyway, so I have a number of prompts here. As you can see, all my different prompts that I have here for you. Just a whole bunch of them, and I'm going to put this up our into an LM that I'm creating for you. LM. Now, I wonder if they're going to short form it for that, but a notebook LM, and I'm going to create that for you. And so here's all sorts of other prompts that you might want to use, and I think they're going to be very useful. Now I've moved on to Excel, and I have prompts that you will find useful in Excel. And what are these prompts about? They are helping you data summarization, trend analysis, forecasting, outlier detection. When you look at all of your data, you might think of ask it what the outliers are, the anomalies, and it will analyze it for you and tell you you're losing all sorts of money on this one particular product or this one client. So that's really cool. Correlation, analysis gap, data cleaning, interactive dashboards, which I really love. I shared that video with you last week that Kevin gave on how to the interactive dashboards on Excel, and he called it in beast mode. It's the new AI agent that's available if you have Copilot in Excel. Very powerful. Automation and reporting, generating reports, and all the natural query when you're asking it to do things that you used to have to know how to create equations with before. So very powerful. And in that, I have all the different prompts here that you might ever use, I hope, in Excel. So here I've given that to you as well. And again, I'm going to put it up into Notebook LM and have it summarize all these for you. So a whole bunch of different prompts that you'd want to use in Excel. And then in PowerPoint, what about PowerPoint, you might say? Well, you can do so many things in PowerPoint as well. And that's what this is: faster slides, design assistance, content summarization, visual suggestions, and so generate speaker notes automatically, real-time collaboration. So many different things you can do. And here are the prompts for all of these kind of things that you can do in PowerPoint. Okay. So then the final thing I have rather is Outlook. Why would you ever use Copilot in Outlook? So many different reasons. And again, this would be the same reasons you would use Gemini in Gmail. Okay. So each of these you want to think like that if you're a Google World user. And so this is, email summarization. I've said that so many times, and I actually use it a lot for that, because I'll have a lot of emails going back and forth on a conference I'm talking about in March, for example, is happening. One's happening right now. And we went back and forth quite a few times, but I now have a second conference in March that I'm talking about. And I just want to make sure I don't get the two confused, right? So I ask it to summarize, and it brings me what I've said, and it's makes my life a lot easier. Drafting replies, so I ask it to draft the replies. Meeting schedules, automatically propose meeting times because it's Outlook. You're in Microsoft. It has access to those people who also work for you, who also have Microsoft calendars. Yes, and it knows when they are available, so it can automate that kind of stuff. So many different ways that you can use Copilot to benefit Outlook. And also in Teams, you might want to use Copilot within your Teams, which I would really love. Meeting recaps, task assignments, collaboration tools, and of course, summarizing the entire meeting into action items. So, and real-time translation if you're trying to translate something. And then the calendar benefits, we talked a little bit about that, but also conflict resolution on timing. So that's really cool. And then if I just asked it for general productivity gains in other 365 Microsoft apps. So OneNote summarizes notes if you're using OneNote. SharePoint, it's certainly very effective if you have worked somewhere for a long time and you have so many different files and folders and different types of files, and different people have shared files with you. It can help you organize and find your files, which is so useful, and help you with your versions, control, and then your planners and to-dos. So these are all sorts of different cool things. And then the second aspect was when you had a number of different tools and you're trying to, and that means you're going into this app, you're going into that app. So we call that workflow, right? So what normally the rule of thumb is if you are doing something 3 times during the day, a certain flow 3 times during the day, or multiple times during the week, you may want to look at AI to help you automate that. And that's what I know when I work with a lot of people that are delivery services or they're manufacturers that have roots because they're wholesale and they deliver their products. They do this all the time. They're always looking to see what's going out, what's the address it's going to, what's the best route that it should take, and it's different each time, but the process is the same. So that's something that I'm helping our client right now automate, and it's really cool. They're getting sources from different places. They're putting it manually into an Excel spreadsheet. And then from that, they're manually going to figure out where each of these places are on a map. And then they are manually figuring out the best way to do that route. Well, AI can do all of that for them, so it's pretty cool. So it can so here are just some examples. I think I have 4 examples here of workflow integration that I think applies to some of the people on this call on the in the class. So research and then turning that into reports, right? So you're researching something, then you're turning it into something that you want to use as a report. So you're pulling data from multiple sources and you're generating a summary. So if it's something that you're doing ongoing, well, we can turn that into a an AI workflow for you. So that report's automatic. You put in the prompt into the right tool, and there are 4 tools actually that I'll be sharing with you that are workflow integration tools. Then there's a email and email responses, sorting through your emails, creating drafts, and automatically following up, automating the follow up. Then there's scheduling. I talked about that, finding the optimal times, and then tying workflows together, different spreadsheets or CRM, and automating multi-step processes. So in that case, we have the prompts here for some of these different workflows. Okay, so in this case, research and reports, pulling data from multiple sources. So the prompt would go to Copilot, gather sales data from our CRM and recent market research reports, and then generate a summary highlight of key trends and insights. So imagine all these reports. I mean, if I were you, I mean, here I would probably, it says recent, but I would give it specific dates to know when to look in my folders for which reports, which dates, because that could be too vague. So remember not to be too vague on your prompts. Even though Copilot gave me this prompt, I think it's a little vague. So here are some ideas for different prompts for these workflow integrations. Pretty cool, right? So let me just move on here. So there are certain automation tools that I'd like to share with you that are worthy and have been proven. So one is, even though it's new, it's the Chat GPT Agent Builder, and that's what our guest speaker will be talking about. So it's within Chat GPT, and you can build your own agent within it. Pretty cool, right? Then there is Microsoft 365 Power Automate, which lets you go between different Microsoft apps and do your workflow between them and automate that. And if you are upgraded to use Copilot between all of your 365 tools, that means you're paying the extra $30 US a month for that Copilot subscription in your 365. Then this Power Automate is part of it. Then there's something called Microsoft's Agent Mode, which is the one that I shared with you last week. That's your Excel on beast mode. And that's built into, again, Excel to create that dynamic dashboard. So here you probably need a little bit of a flow, because if you're getting all sorts of different data coming in, you probably need Power Automate to bring all that data into your 365 environment, create the spreadsheet. Then you would need your agent mode to create the dashboard. So your Excel spreadsheet will be fed automatically by Power Automate, and then your dashboard is going to be created automatically by Microsoft's new agent mode. Very powerful. All of the examples I'll show you will share with you the videos on how to do each of these. And they all say do a very simple flow first with simple data sets so that you can see how it works, see if there are any glitches so that you can um, work out the glitches before you put in large sets of data. And then the final one is Zapier, where if you have all sorts of different emails you want to send out, and it's not just Microsoft, perhaps you're using Gmail, or you have different CRM tools that are outside of your Google or your Microsoft world. So it has thousands of connections that it can put into your workflow. I have a fabulous video here for you to look at for your Zapier AI automation tool. So those are the 4 tools for your automation. Some of you may be using an automation tool for your final project. I look forward to seeing those if you are. Very powerful, and I know that's something that our guest speaker helps people create, as is her one of her services is helping people create these automations with AI. So these are the 4 different videos that you can look at to help you build your automations, depending on what it is that you're trying to build. As far as your automations, the ChatGPT agent builder, or the Microsoft 365 automation, which is cross workflow, is when you need Power Automate, or the one I showed you last week. This is that same video, your 365 agent mode for Excel. I should put that in here for Excel. Um, and finally, your Zapier tool set. And right here, what I have for you is Zapier for beginners, and it's a great little video. Okay, so when might you want to use Power Up Automate? I've already shared that up front, but if you're trying to, this is just kind of a recap, and then this is some real world examples as people that have used it and they're finding that they've now, they're saving hours and hours a week because they spent the time up front to automate these different activities that. Okay, and I think that's it for this PowerPoint. I have a few other support documents here that are overkill because I have it all covered in the videos that I've shared, and all the prompts. And then next week, we're going to be, in 2 weeks from now, there's no course next week, no class. But in 2 weeks from now, I think December, first week of December, we're going to be talking about AI governance, AI policy, and of course, the final assignment review. Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. I am here to introduce our guest speaker. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself. We go way back, maybe 15 years. I'm not really sure. Yeah,
It was,
and
yeah. Sorry.
at
It was, I
least.
think it was at the start of my dog training career. It was just like, I was just starting dog training. So, I know I reached out to you because you were recommended or something like that, but, you were in the chamber, I think. And,
Oh,
you were still in the chamber building. So, yeah, I reached out and we just really kind of connected, didn't we? So,
we
I
sure
just kind
have,
of,
and continue to.
absolutely, absolutely. Our friendship has really evolved. Okay, so to answer your question, my name is Inika. I originally a dog trainer in Peterborough, Ontario. I am since moved to Toronto, and I am starting a new venture, which is doing WordPress builds and AI automations. So what I'm going to demonstrate for everybody is using projects with ChatGPT agents and how you can use that to kind of organize your ChatGPT space, but also organize everything within your business, right? Like, so it could be everything from content creation to business SOPs, right? So it's you can have one project for content creation on Facebook, and it could be like that. It could be that organized, or it can be Facebook and like with a like one pillar, right? So it could be Facebook and then pillar one, and then pillar two, pillar three, and then those that could be a separate group of projects, and then you can have business SOPs, and that can be as finely organized as you want, from anything from like the whole business sphere to like the business plan to like individual parts of the business plan. So you can really get very granular when you use projects. You can also use ChatGPT agents within projects, and we'll get into that more on Tuesday. But what I'm going to demonstrate today is just kind of setting up a project and kind of setting it up to where you can show you how you can set it up to where it can either use memory from all the other chats, or it can just
Oh,
be
yeah.
kind of secular for that particular project. So very similar to custom GPTs, to where you can set it up, have the custom instructions and then set it up and have it only be that, or your whole chat
You train
GPT.
its knowledge base.
Yeah,
Interesting.
exactly. Okay, so then what I will do then is I'll share my screen. Okay, so what you should be seeing
I
now
can see it.
is
Yep, your
ChatGPT.
chatgpt.com.
Yeah, yep. Okay, so what you go is new project, and then you name your project.
And reason she's doing WordPress is because she is also an extraordinary website builder.
And I love WordPress. WordPress is just I've tried so many other different builders, but I keep coming back to WordPress. Uh,
Okay.
I guess probably just like I'm just a little bit old school. Okay, so you add in like the project name. You can add in like any sort of like um different like category down here. But what you want to do before you hit create project is you want to set the memory, right? So you can do the default, which is the project can access memories from outside of chats. It's just your account. Um, and then you can have it set as project only, right? So this is really good for like businesses that have that work with individual clients. Like, so for me, I could have a project that would only be for a specific client. Like I could have a dog training client, and then I could have like a dental office client, and they would only, if I have it set as project only, then the individual projects will not pull information or data from the other projects. It'll only be project specific. Okay, so then I'm just going to create the project, right? And so here we are in the project. You can add files just like with the custom GPT. And then what you want to go up here and do is add instructions. I should still have mine saved. So there we
Is
go.
that a
So
prompt?
it's just custom instructions, right?
So that's
So
like a prompt? Or is it like it's telling what it should be thinking like what it is, what the
yeah,
purpose is?
it's
So
it's
it's not
yeah.
answering anything right now. It's more of
Yeah,
setting the stage.
yeah, it's just basically like a manual, right, for the GPT to kind of like go by. So I'm not sure if you worked on like setting up ChatGPT, but there's custom instructions for ChatGPT account wide, right? So for all your chats, you can set up custom instructions so that it will respond in
Know
a
your
certain way.
brand, know your
Exactly,
voice, know your
exactly,
colors, know who you
exactly,
are, if you're
exactly.
casual, if you're professional. Okay.
Yeah. exactly. So this is exactly the same thing. I've just added everything in here. So in here, it'll
Your
have
persona.
obviously the goal. It has like the identity, right? And it'll have everything from the audience to tone and voice. It has the keywords in here, everything, my strategy, all that kind of stuff.
Sweet.
Okay.
Makes
Um,
sense.
and just a little pro tip, I used AI to write that too. So that's not, it's all actually just a little footnote there. I used Gemini AI to build that one, right? Instead of ChatGPT. And the reason for that is Gemini has all of Google's data to go from, right? So I use Gemini for a lot of like WordPress or like website stuff. Like, so if I want to look at like keyword research, I don't generally use ChatGPT even in website, even in like the website mode, like allowing it to search the website. I use Gemini because, like I said, it
And
has
bring it in.
all of Google's, 20 years of, or oh my gosh, I'm old, 30 years of Google data. So I find that it's
The
it's
word your so
generally better.
your own workflow is you know what you're doing, you go to Gemini, you bring it in here, which makes sense as
Okay.
your workflow. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, because
Okay.
that makes a lot of sense.
Good. Okay. So then the prod for the so for the project, we just set up the project, and then so when you are here in your project, now you can just anytime you're in the project over here, you will just
Mhm.
it opens up a new chat. And so when you add in any sort of prompt, okay, so I guess we'll start here. And then
Yep.
okay, so instead of going into a lot of detail, we'll wait for Tuesday to finish this project for the WordPress build on Tuesday, and I'll just show you kind of what I did here at Dog Friendly Parks in Toronto, the research. Okay. So what it did here was, it worked for 9 minutes and it went through um, all the parks in Kensington Market, which is where I am. And, it researched for 9 minutes um, all the local parks that would be considered dog friendly, right? Not necessarily dog specific, like it's not specifically dog parks, but dog friendly parks.
And you're
So
calling this an AI agent. So why is this an agent versus just a prompt?
okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to open in a new chat. So to do a agent, you go into agent mode,
Ah, there you go.
right? And I paste it in here, right? And we're not going to be able to show um,
9 minutes. Yeah.
9 minutes, but we just go in here. You can have it do web search and
Do that again. Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Yeah. So once you
yeah,
did the down arrow, you could either search just the chat, there you go, or the web search, or your Gmail. That's interesting. Or your Drive. So it could get
yeah,
information from your Drive as well. Now that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
And other connections. Okay, cool.
yeah. Yeah,
So
we can
so
go
that's
into
why
that
it's
more.
agent.
Yeah. So then, okay, so then now what it's doing right now is it's searching all kinds of
It's showing
websites.
us everything that it's looking at for those 9 minutes. You come here and it'll show you all of that. That's the video you said you created.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
very cool.
yep. So, and if you don't want to do it anymore, you could just hit stop and it just stops,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
so you're
I'm
gonna
just
walk
kind of,
us
yep, go
neat.
ahead.
So you're gonna walk us through on Tuesday the project and how to leverage that to a degree that'll help them with their productivity in this agent mode, which is really steroid using
I, ChatGPT on
ChatGPT on
steroids.
steroids.
Yeah,
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 yeah, I was gonna say those exact
yeah.
words. What a hoot. Yes, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate your help. Is there anything else we should see the class with so they know what's coming. I think those two are really big aspects. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited for AI agents and ChatGPT agents in particular, just because it's going to like it's going to give new it's a new definition of a solopreneur, right? You can literally run like billion-dollar with a B companies just as a one person show with an AI agent, or there's people who have like 10 agents and they're instead of 10 employees, they have 10 agents. And, obviously the best thing about an AI agent is you don't have to pay them, right? So, and I know that a lot of people worry about this affecting jobs, and I know I say that, you can take over, be a 10-person company and not have to hire anybody, but you think of that one person within a business, then you can be like a $500 or a 500 employee business with 5 employees, or 50 employees, and it really just kind of like amps up productivity, right? And if you're a a 500 employee business, you think about everybody using an AI agent, or, 5 AI agents to help them do their job. And it just helps everything go so much more smoothly and with less friction, right? Like there's so much friction around, oh, I got to reply to that email. Oh, there's like, I have 100 inquiries to reply to today. You set up an AI agent, those, the employee is still there replying to the inquiries, because you will still need that employee. We haven't got that far with AI yet. So the employee is still there, but they can just do their job so much more seamlessly because they have an AI agent to kind of like remove a lot of like the molasses thought, the slowest molasses, like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta open my email, I gotta copy the template, I gotta edit the template, and then I gotta write out a little bit of personal message. AI agents can do all of that, right? It can, it will still need
And
the
it's a matter
human.
of understanding how to do it. And that's what we really
Exactly.
thank you for coming on board to help us figure out how to do that. I don't understand. I don't know if you're going to get into it on Tuesday to how it does it automatically. I don't think it does yet automatically to have it like do this every morning for me at 10 o'clock. And that would be
Yeah.
really cool. I think it's coming because I've seen it on there where I've seen it when I'm watching YouTube videos where it's
Hmm.
got, what's it got? A scheduling, an AI
Yep.
agent.
Yep.
And
You can.
I've
Yep.
tried it on mine and it says I need to be pro. Well, I am already pro. I have upgraded my chat
Okay.
GPT. So I think it's
Are you pro, or are you
uh,
plus? There's a difference between
um
pro and plus.
I believe I'm just pro, PRO.
PRO is where you're a business and it's 200 and something a month. Plus is the $20 a month.
It says plus. You're right, hun. I am plus.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
that's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
Okay.
If you want to automate it, you would either need to upgrade to pro, and I know it's like $240 a month, when you factor in the
And it might be worth it,
exchange.
depends on what you're
A hundred
automating,
percent,
right?
a hundred
Right?
percent.
So
That's
200 bucks
yeah.
a month. If I'm automating something that is going to take me a number of hours,
Yeah.
um,
Not only
or a
that, but
number
how
of
much
my
is it going to earn you, right? You
thank
pay
you.
you
Yeah.
you know like yeah, it's going to save you time, but it can also earn you like exponentially. So
Yeah.
um yeah, I know that a lot of people are like, oh my God, $200 a month, but you can get that because you can earn like 10 times that just using pro.
What's your
So
return on investment? That's so
exactly.
fundamental. You are absolutely right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay. So,
just to answer your question about automations, instead of doing up the scheduling,
mm,
you can set up something like make.com or Zapier, and that will automate it.
yeah, I've used Zapier. I found it a little bit, I know they already have preset items in there. And you
Yeah.
asked me if I had set up a hook because one of
A
the ones I
webhook.
was
Yeah.
trying to do didn't work. And I had
Yeah.
not set up a hook. So I
Yeah.
appreciated that input.
Yep.
And I haven't
So.
used, what was